Hello everyone. My name is Lisa Miller. I'm a Praxis participant, and I have just completed month 1 out of 6 of the apprenticeship portion of the program. And so my business partner is Ceteris, which is a startup that empowers entrepreneurs by providing bookkeeping and accounting services. So anyway, I'm making this video in order to kind of document the things I've done and the things I've learned in my first month on the job. And so I'm going to go through this rather quickly, and if you have any questions or you want to talk about specifics or something more in depth and you want to know more about the projects I've worked on, you can always shoot me an email or a Facebook message or something, and we can talk more. All right, so this is the first project that I worked on for Ceteris. This is a landing page, and I don't remember if I said, but I am a content marketer for Ceteris. That's my official job title. I am not a web developer, and yet I coded this entire landing page by hand, and so I'll show you that right now. I'm very, very proud of this. This was quite a project I had accepted, I had taken on. And so here's my HTML. My commenting is stellar, if I do say so myself. Here's CSS and JavaScript. And so in the past, I had played around with HTML and CSS a little bit in like personal projects just for fun. I had never in my life done JavaScript, and so I learned that on the job. And so I'll take you back to the full page here. All right, and so this is the landing page. I think the video is a little bit skippy, so I'll try to scroll slowly so you can see everything. And we are actually not using this landing page. I ended up creating a different one in lead pages, and the reason for that is kind of, it's a long story, but basically in order to, here's the opt-in form I created, but in order to do anything useful with this opt-in information I discovered as I worked through this, we would need to integrate some kind of like server-side scripting language like PHP in order to, have this information sent to an email address or a database of some kind, and I do not know PHP, and while JavaScript is like a new territory, like a different country for me, PHP would be like a new solar system. And so I disclosed to my supervisor as I kept him filled in on how the landing page was going. I explained the situation, and we decided that given the time frame and the scope of the project, that it would take too long in order to finish it and make it like viable and useful. And so I ended up abandoning this project and creating the lead pages landing page. But I still learned a ton doing this landing page, and I feel very, very comfortable creating web pages, and definitely CSS and HTML, and even integrating some, as I say, JavaScript magic into web pages. I also feel very comfortable doing that now. So I learned a lot, and even about, I learned some interesting like web development design principles and copywriting and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the first project I did. All right, so this is another project I worked on for Ceteris, and this is another landing page, surprise, surprise, and this page was created in lead pages. So this is actually the second time I'd used lead pages. The first time was with, the restaurant landing page that I did, but I think this page, I'm very proud of this page, and I think it looks excellent. And so I'd rather show you this page to show off what I can do. So, yep, this page was created in lead pages, and you've got, the embedded video, you've got the opt-in form, or, you've got the pricing tables. I'll show you the opt-in form. Beautiful, beautiful. And this took me, it took me 1 day to get it up, actually. So this was, the second time using lead pages, first time creating something completely from scratch, because the first time I ever used lead pages, I was using someone else's template. This one I did completely on my own, completely from scratch, and it took me 1 day. Okay, and so the next project I want to showcase is this brochure I did. And this brochure I created for the potential restaurant owning clients that we might have. And I created this in InDesign. And so what's fun about this is I had never used InDesign before. This took me, I was playing around with InDesign for several days. I'm going to say like 4 business days, but by the time I actually got started on this particular brochure, it took me about 2 or 3 days to kind of work out the kinks in this and get it all sorted out. So this is one of my favorite parts, actually, this blue rectangle here. And the reason I like it so much is this triangle is actually a part of our logo, and you can't really see it here, but it's part of our logo. And so I came up with this as a way to kind of tie in our branding a little bit more subtly in the brochure. And so here's the pricing table. Looks nice enough. And I also like our call to action at the end that I did here. I really like how this turned out. And so yeah, this was my first real like reasonable InDesign project, and this I learned InDesign doing this. So okay, and so the last thing that I worked on that I'm very happy with and proud of is this, I guess, demo or mock-up of our software. And I was provided the screenshots for our software, and I was told that our previous screenshots, which you can actually view, where is it? Oh, I think I have to open it again. There we go. Yeah, I was told that previously these screenshots, this demo of our software is not up to date. Our software does not look like this anymore. So I was told, oh, this isn't how our software looks. We need to provide an accurate show of how our software looks. And so please put updated demos in our landing pages. And there was no updated demos to be found. Nobody had any. And so I created them. I had somebody send me screenshots, and I created this little iPhone looking thing, as well as this laptop mock-up in Illustrator, and it took me about an hour and a half or so. And the thing I'm really happy about with this mock-up is the fact that because I have a vector source file saved and because I did it myself, we will never have to pay anyone to have like mock-ups of our software done. And we can just, someone can send me screenshots of our software. I can just plug it in to the file I have, the vector file I have, and then export it as a PNG or a JPEG or whatever in order to, have fresh mock-ups whenever we need them. We'll never have to pay anyone. So this is another cool thing that I produced during my first month working for Ceteris. All right, and just to summarize everything that I learned, so you saw some of the tangible things that I produced, the deliverables, and just to summarize one more time the skills that I learned in these first 30 days or so of working for Ceteris, the main and most useful thing that I learned was InDesign, actually. And I feel I'm not an InDesign master, but I feel very competent and capable of creating any sort of brochures, business cards, PDFs, anything that needs to be created and printed. I can do that in InDesign, and I know some shortcuts and I know the ins and outs of InDesign. And so that's a very useful skill that I learned in less than 30 days. And the next thing that I learned was lead pages. I learned how to create landing pages, how to duplicate landing pages, how to, using lead pages, how to publish them, how to integrate them with MailChimp email lists, and also how to upload any lead pages to WordPress. So I can upload them to any website. And the third skill that I think is extremely useful that I learned is how to redirect URLs. And, and I know a little bit of regex in order to get that done. So that's like if you want, for example, like ceteris.com/fitness, you want that to when someone goes to that address, you want the user to automatically have a PDF downloaded of our fitness brochure. I know how to set that up. So yeah, so that's what I learned on my first month at Ceteris.